Good morning. Here we are again, bright and early today. Not too bright and early, 8 o'clock. We'll be bright and early tomorrow. Actually, I think tomorrow we'll do it again at 8, so we won't go too early tomorrow. But tomorrow we'll be like combining everything, putting the practice into practice. I hope you're having a beautiful Thursday. I cannot believe we're on day 4 already. So day 4, this is kind of like, before we put it all together, this is like the last piece. And this is all about our divine connection, our connection to the divine, your connection to God or the universe or however you may call that connection for yourself. Okay, so I've got some notes over here and I love it. Okay, so anybody drink coffee in the morning? Maybe you drink hot water, bone broth, tea. You tell me. Maybe you drink something in the morning, right? So actually, let's set our intention first. Let's do our intention setting first before I get into it. So again, you could put your palms down or your palms up, whatever feels good. We're going to take some deep breaths in. Again, we're just swaying the body. I just want to give a quick little reminder. We're swaying the body from side to side. We do that with our breath. We can roll out our neck, roll our shoulders, roll our wrist, okay? And then we're going to come to center in stillness. And the point of that, it's like, if you have kids, obviously if you're here, you're a busy mom, but you sometimes just need them to get their wiggles out, right? You're like, just get the wiggles out, okay? Like before we have to like sit somewhere or we have to do something, like get all the wiggles out, okay? That's what we're doing. We're the same. We're not any different than children, okay? We need to get our wiggles out. And then a lot of you, well, like maybe not you, but a lot of people that work with me will say things like, every time I meditate, I'm just like, I'm constantly fidgeting, or I can't sit still. Anyways, this is a really good practice for that. So you can just start by, and also today is a new moon in Pisces. We won't talk about that today, but my light just went out. Interesting. Okay. Maybe we'll talk about that. There's a new moon in Pisces today, so it's a good day to set your intentions. So during your practice today, you can kind of like move into that. Give me actually 1 second here, okay? I'm going unplanned. Okay, maybe I'll put a little new moon ceremony in here. I'll just go live when I'm doing mine. I was gonna do it in the bath, but if other people are, obviously I won't do that. Anyways, let's just start our intentions, set our intentions for the day. So you can keep your palms down if you're wanting to ground down. Remember, just moving the body side to side, or keep your palms up if you're wanting to receive. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with each breath out, just kind of releasing any tension. Maybe you're rolling your shoulders, you're kind of feeling the tightness there. Just moving the body gently. And what intention are you setting today? Perhaps it's just to be present in your life. Continuing to breathe in and out. moving the body just ever so slightly. And then coming to center and to stillness. Breathing in and out. I could do that all day. Like, I could do that all day. That's my favorite thing to do. Just sit in meditation. So, all right, let's get into what we're going to get into. All right. I was talking earlier about the coffee or tea or whatever you drink, whatever your preference is, hot water in the morning. So good. Okay. There are times we just did a practice that's like 3 minutes, your morning intention setting. I really recommend that you do that. I don't think it takes that much time. I don't think it takes that much energy. So if you're telling me you don't have 3 minutes in the morning when you wake up, I really want you to reflect, because you should have at least 3 minutes, extra to just get up and right. But I understand anything past that sometimes is just not possible. There are some days that are really full. Today, my day is full. I'm doing this video. I've got clients. I've got other things to do. It is a full day. So I am here with you. So when you have your coffee, right? Even if you're driving through somewhere and grabbing coffee, no judgment, I don't care. Before you take that first sip, I want you can put your hand over your coffee. That's one way. You don't have to do that. You can just wrap your hands around it. My favorite thing to do is wrap my hands and put my coffee mug, could be paper, whatever, drive through. There's no judgment. Maybe it's a plastic cup you're getting Dunkin' with ice. I don't care, okay? Put that towards your chest. Just take a couple deep breaths here. Set your intention for the day. Maybe it's to be present. Maybe it's to be kinder to yourself, whatever it might be. And allow that energy to pour from your heart into your whatever drink of choice that you're drinking of that day, okay? You're doing your morning intention. This is just another way to incorporate your practice into the everyday, because this is the whole point of this, is we are busy moms. How do we incorporate our practices into the everyday? By doing this, you're giving yourself space. You're also, remember how I talked about what's the energy of when you're cooking? Like, what's the energy going into your cooking? What's the energy going into the first thing, whatever the first thing it is that you're drinking of the day, okay? What is going into your body that first time? Is it rushed? Is it frustration? Is it like, I have so much to do today? What is it? So my theory is that we can put our intention and energy into the first sip of whatever we're sipping of the day. It could be water, it doesn't matter. And then you take your sip. And you just feel your intention in your heart and your beautiful energy, and you allow that to be the medicine that you distribute throughout the day, okay? This is just a quick thing. We're trying to tie everything together today, all right? So when you are doing your morning intention setting, I'm gonna tag on just one more thing, okay? We want to have a sort of spiritual compass or spiritual GPS. And I'm not talking about something like if you practice you know, if you're using the 10 Commandments or something like that, or in, you know, there's obviously, I don't know why I can think of it, and literally anything else than that, but whatever it is that you're using as far as your source of guidance, that's not what I'm talking about as far as your spiritual GPS. I'm not even talking about your intuition either. I'm talking about what is it that you use for your own spiritual compass? What guides you to the most divine space? What kind of mindset or energy that guides you to the most divine connection that you have? I want you to try in the mornings to really tap into that. So perhaps your biggest guidance is to be kind, or to be patient, or whatever that might be. And mind you, these will switch throughout different seasons, throughout different times of our lives. So maybe today it's like, I am patient, I'm practicing patience. Remember, we talked about the affirmations yesterday. This is not quite that. This is like your spiritual compass, what you live by when we're talking about what guides you on your path. What is your North Star today? Doesn't have to be every day. What is your spiritual North Star? And I know that it feels like perhaps over the past like 3 days, 4 days, I'm like repeating myself. Yes, I am. Because this is all about consistency. It's not about changing the routine every single day, but how can you make it more consistent, and then just slowly adding in pieces until everything starts to come together, okay? This might take months to have your full spiritual practice where you're like, I feel very spiritually connected. I feel very, I feel like everything I'm doing is very in line with my, spiritual compass. This could take months, okay? So just by building 3 minutes, 4 minutes, laundry time becomes sacred, dishwashing becomes sacred. And I don't mean that in the sense of you have to do those things in order to be sacred. It's just, how do you take the everyday and make it magical and make it sacred and make it a part of your spiritual practices, right? Okay, so let's talk about micro moments of divinity. I like that. I also like to call them miracle moments. That term I've been using for a really long time, miracle moments. And there are moments that you realize the divine, the universe, great spirit, whatever, God is really talking to you, is really allowing you to be present, and is giving you the guidance that you need. While I did say, and while I've been really like, how can we make the things we're already doing magical, or make the things that we're already doing a spiritual experience, I also want to talk a little bit about sacred pauses that you can take throughout the day. So we want to make the things we're already doing, a spiritual practice. Everything doesn't have to be a spiritual practice. That's not what I am saying. I'm just saying, if you're having a hard time finding space for your spirituality, then make the things you're already doing spiritual. Everything is anyways. But how do we make time for sacred pauses throughout the day? This is really something that is so, so important. Because when we're just practicing or we're putting our intentions in the world, we're doing our prayer work or our meditation work, just at one point in the day, perhaps it's in the morning, you take your 5 minutes to set your intention, or maybe you're even doing a longer practice of 20, 30 minutes at the beginning of the day or end of the day. What about the whole day? There is still moments, sacred pauses that you can take throughout the day. I'll give you some examples. And I'm really talking to the busy moms here. Commuting. Either commuting to your job, after drop off with the kids. There are many ways that you are in your car, most likely that you're in your car by yourself. Not everybody. Now, if you have really small children, a baby or something that's like always with you, then you'll do these with that little human with you, okay? So I'm not saying you have to be alone, but let's say you are picking the kids up from, you're at school drop or at school pickup, for example. There's usually a good 5 minutes that you have in your car line, right? Maybe not, but most schools you have a few minutes. Take a sacred pause there. Turn off the music, get off your phone, and take a sacred pause. Check back in with the intention that you made in the morning. Have you been doing that intention throughout the day? What would align you more with that intention? Take that sacred pause. Reflect. It is imperative. It will really help you feel connected throughout the day, and you'll start to look forward to it. The other thing is that when we're in our car, sometimes we're, listening to music or a podcast, or we're distracted by our own thoughts. Could you take that commute, if that's what you're doing or wherever you're going, and could you just pause and look at the magic throughout the day? Reflect on your intention. What is your intention? What is going on? Are you in line with what you said you wanted to do throughout the day? Just take time to reflect. Take time for a sacred pause. So once we do that, I said previously about miracle moments. Those are moments in time where we say, okay, yes, the universe is present with me. God is present with me. That was a miracle. And I don't mean these big miracles, but perhaps you've been thinking about somebody and they call. Or perhaps you've been wanting something, and a friend says, hey, I have an extra da-da-da. And you're like, oh my God, I've been literally talking about that. That happened to me a few months back. I've been wanting a gold flatware set, like the big box flatware set, but gold. And I don't need it. So it's been something that I kind of put off on the back burner of like, when I see it, I will, purchase it, but I'm not going out searching for it. I'm just going to kind of put it out in the universe that I want this gold flatware set, which is random, but whatever. And a few months ago, my child's godfather, I was at his house, and he goes, hey, I gotta show you this thing that I got, I don't know. And I was like, okay. And he opens up this box, and it's a full gold flatware set. And I was like, oh my God, I've been literally dreaming of this. I've been wanting this. And he goes, oh, really? And I go, yeah, I've been really wanting a gold flatware set. I've been talking about it for months, or years. And he goes, oh, well, I was showing it to you so you could have it. And I was like, what? And the story behind it, I'll just tell you the story because it was a really big miracle moment. One, I called that, I wanted this thing, and we're not talking about manifestation here, okay? It's not like I need, or it's just if this thing passes by, this beautiful miracle moment, I will take it. So this gold flatware set, he got from he works as a veterinary vet tech, and a person came in with their dog, and he helped them, and he also went above and beyond and went to their house and helped with other things with the dog and etc. And the woman was downsizing her home, and she gave this to him, this flatware set. And this flatware set, actually, she was a flight attendant, and she was flying, and the plane that she was flying in, the cargo all